How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite aviation channel, and today I am bringing to you something the likes of which no one has ever done on YouTube. Today we're going to be doing an airport update at the actual airport. So today I am here at my hometown airport, Champaign, University of Illinois Willard Airport, which is just about 10 minutes from my house. And for those who have been longtime subscribers of the channel, you might know that I do have a 1/400 scale model airport replica of this very same airport. And I used to do updates on it. I haven't done a video on it in a little over a year and a half, but I got a lot of requests to bring the airport back. And so I decided to do a one-off update and get a little bit creative this time. Bring my 1/400 scale diorama of Willard Airport to the actual airport. And so that is what we are going to be doing today. So when the actual flights, the commercial flights aren't in, we have a lot of general aviation traffic flying around. And in general, just let me quickly show you all. It's amazing to see the airport super busy. Whole parking lots filled over here, and then actually all around me. Considering literally when I was here, well, I've been here quite a few times during the pandemic, but at the start of the pandemic, parking lots, this whole lot was empty. All of this was empty. So it's amazing to see it filled up, and actually my flight from Champaign to Dallas next week is completely sold out, minus one seat. So it's incredible to see. I'm super happy to see my airport bouncing back, and there's the control tower back there. There's our boys working in the tower. But it's just awesome to see travel bouncing back, and you know, it's awesome. I can't really say anything else. So that's it for this segment. Sorry about the interruption. Back to the airport update. So really quickly, before we move on with the airport update, I just wanted to add this part in real quick. I'm filming this a few hours after getting back from the airport, mainly because I forgot to mention this while filming the update there. So this is just a brief schedule update regarding the flights that we get here in Champaign. Flights are almost completely reinstated. It's basically back to the pre-pandemic schedule almost. Here's the Friday lineup, for example. Excuse the two private jets from NetJets. Those are not regularly scheduled, but we have 3 daily flights from Chicago, 2 daily from Dallas, and then 1 daily from Charlotte these days, which is basically what we had before the pandemic hit. A year ago at this time, we only had 2 flights coming in. I think it was 1 from Charlotte, 1 from Dallas. If I'm not wrong, we had Chicago suspended for a very, very long time in 2020. It's good to see that a whole year later, pretty much, we have our entire pre-pandemic schedule pretty much reinstated. So here, first flight of the day usually comes in at 12:52 p.m. That's its scheduled arrival time. Usually comes in a bit earlier, 12:30 or so. That's the Chicago flight. Then we have Dallas, which is about 3 p.m. arrival. And then we have an evening flight from Chicago, which doesn't run every day. It runs, I want to say, 5 times a week or 6 times a week. It's not a daily flight though. I want to guess and say it's every day except Tuesday. That's about 5:45 p.m. arrival. And then we have the Charlotte flight, which is every day, 8 p.m. arrival. And then we have Dallas, our second flight of the day, which comes in at 8:30. And last flight of the day comes 9:30 from Chicago. Regards to departures, it's a bit more, well, I don't even know how to say. Let me actually go back to earlier today so you can get a better view of it. So you have a nice little rush here. 7 to 8 p.m. or 7 to 8 a.m. Sorry, we have 1 departure each to the 3 cities that we have served from here. Dallas is the first departure, 6 or 7 a.m. Chicago around 8 a.m. Charlotte 8:30, and then we have some more breaks here. 1 p.m. Chicago, 3 p.m. 3:30 p.m. Dallas, and then 6 p.m. is our last departure, which is to Chicago again. So that was just a brief little schedule update, just to give you guys a brief overview of what the flights are looking like here. Again, like I mentioned many times, it's basically back to pre-pandemic levels. Seats are really, really good on both of my flights to Dallas and from Chicago. Both of them are completely full as of now, which is really good to see. And it's really encouraging for the future of our airport and just air travel in general. It's been incredible to see just how much it's been growing these past few months. So hope you all are well informed over the schedule here in Champaign. Sorry for wasting so much time. Now let's finally get into the airport update. So as you can see here, this is the little replica that I have of Willard Airport. I used to have the last update that okay, well there goes the top section. I'll get that later. As I was saying, last update I did back in 2019, I used to have like a little runway taxiway section here. I didn't bring that this time, mainly because I just don't have space for it, and it's a bit unnecessary too. The airport's not that busy anyway. So I just thought, just to get a bit more realistic, I just brought this small little terminal diorama to the airport today. So here's a bit of a overview of the airport. We have 4 gates mainly, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Apparently we have a gate 5 as well, which is the door to gate 5 is somewhere back here. I've seen it a few times. I think gate 5 would probably be somewhere over here, or one of these two. But this is the jetway for gate 4, this is gate 3, and this is gate 2, which is gate 2 and 3 are the only ones that are mainly used. Today's update is based at 4 p.m., around 3 to 4 p.m., so we just have one flight that would be in during this time, and that is the Dallas flight, which would come in around 3, leave around 3:30. Today it was a bit delayed, so you can see what I'm talking about. So here's the one, you can see it, 39:24, departed about 36 minutes late, back to DFW. So that's what this model here is representing. I just came from work. I had to stay about an hour overtime, so sadly I wasn't able to catch the Dallas flight in real time. Otherwise that would have been cool to have the actual flight shown, and then the model of it too. But that's the airport here, and let's just get started real quick. So taxiing out for departure, here is the American Eagle Embraer 145 headed back to Dallas as flight 3924 back to DFW. So unique thing about Champaign is that we don't use pushback tugs. Basically almost every time the plane parks, whether it be like this is how they would park most of the time when it's not busy like this. Otherwise, we have them parked like this too, and then even when they're parked at gate 3 like this, we don't use pushback tugs. The gate detaches and the aircraft taxis out for departure like that. So that's what that's meant to replicate here. It's really, really cool. It's something unique to a lot of regional airports, especially Champaign. This gate 2, it swivels between this stand and this stand. So when I flew out of here in Champaign back in April to Chicago, my flight was parked here, and then we had the Charlotte flight parked here. So once we departed, this gate would detach from our plane, and then it swiveled around, and then it got attached to the Charlotte flight there. So it's really cool. So we had our Chicago flight here, Charlotte here, and then Dallas would have been parked over here. And then you're watching this video, I think, on the 23rd. On the 22nd, I flew from Champaign to Dallas, Chicago, Champaign. So I'm not too sure what gate I used, but hopefully, because I'm filming this like 5 days in advance, hopefully we used gate 3, because I've only flown out of gate 2. I've never been on a gate 3 before, so we'll see. So that was the short airport update for Champaign. Now, it's a bit of a backstory time, because I have a really insane plane spotting moment, a story that I've never shared with you before. It took place at this very airport back in, I think, August or September, and I will explain that momentarily. So let's get into it. Hope you enjoyed the video though, the update part of it. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you guys thought of it. A real life airport update at the real airport. I don't know, let me know how you guys like that. So next part of the video is just going to be a bit of a backstory kind of thing about a really insane instance that happened to me at this airport a few months back. Let's get it going. So it's no secret that as aviation enthusiasts, we all have a hobby for plane spotting, meaning we go to the airport, we photograph or videotape any interesting aircraft that do come in. And as such, sometimes that might get us into trouble because it's not a very widely known or widely accepted hobby. Many people find it interesting. Some people find it kind of weird. So as such, you might find yourself in trouble a couple of times. And it hasn't happened to me a lot, thankfully. It's happened to me once before at Chicago O'Hare back in 2018, where I was asked to leave from my spotting location. And then of all places, I never thought it would happen here at my hometown airport in Champaign. It happened back in, I think, August of 2020 when I was here plane spotting in the morning. And it wasn't anything bad. It wasn't like I was not asked to leave or anything. I was just unknowingly in an off-limits area. So to put into context, back in August of 2020, I was here in Champaign early morning to catch the American Eagle Embraer 140, the last one in the old livery, November 842 Alpha Echo. It was the last true old livery aircraft in the American Airlines fleet. So I was here to see it depart. The conditions were great, lighting was great. It was parked over here at gate number 3, so it was right up by the fence. So it would have been a really, really amazing shot of, departure and pushback, everything. So I was here to see it depart. Unfortunately, I was standing in the employee parking lot unknowingly. I didn't know that it was off limits and you couldn't stand there. So, and you will see, I will show you guys the whole sequence of clips that I took, because I was trying to film a behind the scenes video that day. So I parked my car, and you'll see everything again. You'll see the whole sequence. I parked my car. I walked over to the employee parking lot area, because the angle was really good, as you'll see in the clips. The angle, you could see all the aircraft parked. It looked great. So I was there spotting, and then all of a sudden, a cop, the police car pulls up, because before the flights leave, when there's a main bank of flights, we have the police car from the U of I. They come and they sit around just to make sure everything's okay. So the police car pulls up. I didn't get this on camera, but police car pulled up, they passed me at first. She came up, turned all the way around, came right up by me, and that's what I was doing. And so I was like, I'm just doing some morning photography of the aircraft. And then she goes, that's fine, it's just you can't be in this spot, the employee parking lot. So I forgot that it was off limits. I didn't know it was off limits, actually. So I had to move up. She said that I could move up a little bit towards the fence, but it just felt really, really uncomfortable. I didn't feel like she really wanted me there. I didn't want to cause any problems. I didn't want to come off as weird or anything. So, looking back on it, I don't know why I didn't just move up and just get the shot that I wanted. It's really bizarre why I didn't do that now that I look back on it, but learning experience for sure. You'll see everything afterwards. I walked out back to my car, actually, and then I just left the airport because I just felt really uncomfortable. It doesn't happen to me a lot. I'm not used to being kicked out of spotting locations. I'm not being used to being questioned by, police when I'm plane spotting. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the police questioning me at all. 100% respect to them, and they're just doing their job, of course. If I saw somebody doing something that looked kind of suspicious, I would do the same thing. So they were just doing their job. That's nothing personal at all. Me, I was kind of like, I don't know how to say it. I was kind of frightened at first because, again, this really doesn't happen to me that much, especially at a small airport like Champaign. I've never had any problems here. And I'm like the hometown, poster boy for this airport. I make a bunch of videos on it promoting the airport, and this is my hometown airport. So I want to do whatever I can to see it grow and promote its growth. So I mean no harm. But of course, she didn't know that at the time. Alright, let me get that ticket real quick. Thank you. Alright, y'all, so we are here at the airport now, parked. As you can see, there is the aircraft we came for, the only old livery American Airlines plane still in the fleet. And it's the only actual American Airlines aircraft. It's not like the retro livery, it's the only one still painted in the old livery. So we're here to catch that leave, hopefully. And yeah, we're gonna go spot from back there. It's a new location, so let's make our way over there. Alright, so that across the street here, it's a little hill over here. We might try this out for the takeoff shots, but for the main part of the video, we're gonna go to this little the fence back here. The 6 o'clock flight's about to leave soon, so hopefully we can get there in time. I'll show you guys the view when we get closer to the fence. It's much cooler. I've never spotted from this location before, but you get a much more panoramic view of the ramp. This is what we call rush hour here in Champaign. 4 planes. Technically it's 5 because there's 1 aircraft at the hangars for maintenance, but there's 4 planes parked at the terminal right now, and that's the busiest it gets, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we are right here. Look at that. That is historic right there. The only old livery plane in the fleet. And 6 o'clock flight's about to leave. Okay, so there's the Chicago flight, 6:30 a.m. departure. It's scheduled for at least. There is the old livery ERJ-140 getting fueled up, service for Charlotte. And there's another E-140 back there going to Dallas. He's not taxiing out yet, which is kind of weird. He should have left already. Usually he leaves like 2-3 minutes early. I don't know what's his deal right now. So yeah, sun's coming up as well. That's pretty. Yo, I literally just got kicked out of the spot. So that was my interesting plane spotting story here at Willard Airport, my hometown airport. Unfortunately, I didn't get the shot that I wanted of the American old livery ERJ-140 pushing back and departing. Sadly, I didn't get that. But it is what it is. Yeah, it's a learning experience, and it was a really interesting experience for sure. So I hope you all enjoyed it. It wasn't a clickbait thing or anything. I was actually questioned by the cop, and she was fairly nice about it. It wasn't anything bad or anything. But then again, because it just doesn't happen to me a whole lot, I was kind of taken aback. I didn't know what to do. So, but again, learning experience for all of us. I hope you enjoyed this quick story. Let me know what y'all thought of it, if it's ever happened to you before. It usually happens a lot at the bigger airports, but let me know if you've ever experienced something similar to this in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope y'all enjoyed the combined airport update and the story time. Just wanted to make the video a bit longer and more interesting for you all. So let me know what y'all thought of it. And that is it. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.